Hello and welcome. This video is presented by ICTC as part of TADE, Talent Acquisition for the Digital Economy, a capacity building program designed to help small and medium-sized Alberta businesses attract, hire, and retain talent for digital roles. TADE is funded by the Government of Alberta in partnership with the Government of Canada. Today, we're going to talk about the dislocation of the employee engagement. I think it's fair to say that nobody was prepared for the past 24 months. And if there is something that has really suffered across not just every industry, but globally, it's our mental health. Every study that we can read today in Canada, even in our province, indicates that Canadians are struggling with their mental health. Between 30 and 50% of Canadians are already saying, I'm having a very difficult time adapting to this new reality. And that leads to a lot of other different issues. And one of them is the employee burnout. Employees get burnout for different reasons. Some of them try to compensate by not being in the office, trying to engage in absolutely everything that is happening across the organization. And they end up with days that look basically like a back-to-back meeting from 8 a.m. in the morning until like 6 p.m. in the afternoon with not a single break to do absolutely anything else. While others tend to disengage because they feel that they're not really connected to the organization. And I think that is very important for us to recognize that every individual is absolutely different. And their experience, not just over the past 24 months, but what is about to happen as we embrace this new way of bringing people back into the office, removing some of the restrictions, are going to impact those individuals as well. We're going to have a mix between employees that are going to stay at home, continue working remotely, in some cases permanently. Others are going to come back to the office on a permanent basis, and everything in between. I have heard about companies that are allowing employees to stay between 1, 2, and even 3 days at home, and the rest of the time they need to come back at the office. We're still learning about what is really reasonable based on our context, our industry, and our employee needs. So we have to be flexible. We need to understand that this is still an experiment for all of us, that even though we are going through this next phase of moving from the pandemic to the endemic phase, we are in this together, that we have to basically be flexible, empathetic, and really understand the struggles that we have suffered over the past 24 months. The employee experience is really something important at this point because, as I said, we were not prepared for the past 24 months. And we're learning that the needs and the wants that every individual is having right now is affecting individuals. Some of them are taking very extreme decisions to quit their job, to change industries, to leave organizations because they are not adapting to the needs and the requirements that they have to stay with those organizations. Some of them actually joined companies in the past 24 months and they never really had the chance to meet with their manager face-to-face, with the people in the rest of the organization, or their teammates. Everything has happened virtually. Individuals that were in need for mentoring, for coaching, are longing for that. They're hoping that now that we're going to have this hybrid model, they will be able to have those opportunities to connect with those individuals, to really understand how the company really works when we're meeting face-to-face and become really part of the culture of the organization. Productivity is something that is critical for every company. And if there's something that we have learned is that productivity is not really tied to the number of hours in an office. We have seen increases in productivity even though we've been working remotely all the time over the past 24 months. So we have to think about the mental health. We have to think about the employee burnout. We have to think about the experience of being in the office, not being in the office, being in both places, as we try to bring these people back into the organization, try to reshape the culture, and really become the organization that can embrace the use of digital talent, the use of digital technologies, to take those plans and aspirations that you have for your company and then start executing on that digital strategy. Because the talent that you're looking for today has different needs, has different expectations, and the employee experience will depend on the flexibility, on the adaptability, and the resilience that you're building for your company. So what do we do now? The good news is that there is some help on the way. As part of TADE, the Talent Acquisition for the Digital Economy, the ICTC is putting together some toolkits, some additional content for videos that are going to help you and your organization understand how to attract, hire, and retain that talent. And we're going to look at all these different aspects and provide you with the tools and information that you will need to be more successful, to be able to reach out to those communities, to those resources and organizations that are able to guide you and help you through this process. So please stay with us because we have more content for you. And if you have more questions, we're going to provide some information right after this note. So you can reach out to ICTC, contact them, and they'll be more than happy to help you finding the next step. Thank you.